Okay, here we are. Ralph here, Steve there. We're the Legal Help Live team. It's no coincidence. You're watching Legal Help Live on City TV Channel 16 in Santa Monica, LA 36 if you're watching us from Los Angeles. And you can call us at 1-800-405-4222. That's the toll-free number that you call to come in and ask a legal question, get a legal answer, and hey, what's going on?
Well, you know, okay, this is a up again. You know, we're going to have an execution in California.
Oh yeah.
First one.
What year? First
one in lots of years, and you talk about budgetary problems and how screwed up government is. I guess the people at the Bureau of Prisons never checked to see if they had enough of the stuff they use to humanely execute the prisoners.
Do you have a jar of vitamins?
No, I am not.
Do you have a jar of vitamins? Do you check the expiration date?
I am not.
I do.
I am not, discussing whether pros or cons of capital punishment. You're welcome to call in on that. But can you think of a situation where they have only enough for one execution, and there's 728 people on death row,
but it's got a lifespan on it. It's got an expiration date.
And there's an expiration date on the enough they have that expires tomorrow.
Well, they were going to set the execution had been set for 9 o'clock Thursday. That's tomorrow, and one of the ingredients is the supply of sodium thiopental, according to the Los Angeles Times, and the expiration date for the sodium thiopental is midnight Thursday night.
Yeah,
so if there's a 3-hour and 1 minute delay, then they can't use it.
Well,
and apparently they can't use it now because there's been a stay.
It's sort of like going in and saying the eggs ran out, that they're no good after the time on the little can.
Well,
we all know that's a bunch of gibberish. But how in the right mind can the state of California Bureau of Prisons not check what supplies they have? Come on. We pay millions and billions of dollars to stock the prisons and medical, etc. Capital punishment is on the books.
Barely.
The court ordered it. And the only reason it's not going on now is they ran out of the expiration date. Now, the district court judge restrained it. My recollection is the Ninth Circuit reversed that and let it go ahead, and the United States Supreme Court just interceded.
Well, what I heard was, and I'm getting this in snippets, but what I heard is that there's no execution. It's not on Supreme Court stay. The last judicial entity to look at this has issued a stay.
Well, forget
and
about
you know what? All they have to do is issue a stay for 3 hours, and everybody's got to wait till January because the supply doesn't come in until January.
Budget problems. We haven't taken the cars away from any of the people in Bell, or the large salaries, or all this gobbledygook going on, or the special projects.
Be fair.
We spend millions, $50,000.
Fair. The politicians in Bell had to have some ride out of county jail.
The politicians spend millions and millions of dollars on the Bureau of Prisons, and the dodo who's running the Bureau of Prisons didn't have enough sense to check whether or not he had enough to carry out the court's order after plus 20 years. It's a sad commentary on government. It's like the situation where you go out and see a ditch being dug on the street.
This was a 1980 killing. So that's
30 years
now. Yeah,
30 years.
Yeah.
So more people die of heart attacks on death row than they do of being executed.
Well, we've talked about this before. There are now
over 700.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but there are now defendants who are opting for capital punishment because they know that if they're over the age of 30, they know that they're not going to be executed. They're going to die in prison of old age or some other infirmity, and they're treated better. They have better meals, they have better exercise, they have better facilities. So they're actually opting for capital punishment.
Well, if you want to talk about capital punishment, we'll be glad to discuss the pros and cons on it. There are lots of other subjects that you can call us on, from auto accidents to attorney malpractice to barking dogs to small claims court to landlord problems to restraining orders for your neighbor trying to throw you off the balcony to traffic tickets anything in the law that's relevant to your life. We're glad to weigh in on it. Well, we may or may not be able to give an answer, but we'll try and point you in the right direction.
I say we go to the phones right now.
Okay, well, I have some sound difficulties, but I've now found...
I think you've solved the problem.
For those of you out there, I'm now sticking in my little thing in my ear.
I think you've got great technical ability. I'm watching this happen.
And now I have solved the sound problem. Okay.
All right, let's go to the phones and talk to James. James, come on in. James, you're up. Come on in. Hello?
Hey, great show you guys have, and I'm hoping you can give me some good legal advice here.
Well,
I've got a problem. My pool in my backyard had a fence around it, and there's a gate to go into it. And I guess this, I'm not sure about this, but I think it's required that I have a fence around it. So there's a gate to go into it, and that gate had kind of deteriorated over the years to the point where it couldn't be opened or closed. So I was going to have it replaced, and so originally I had it removed. And while it was removed, my neighbor's daughter, decided to go into the pool area, and she slipped and she hurt herself. Nothing too bad, but she fell, and I guess she was bruised up a little bit. And so, but she's okay now. But anyway, now somebody I guess complained to the city, and the city issued me a citation for not having a gate. I was just about to have a gate installed. I just took it off for the reason of putting a new one in.
Yeah, but
I'm wondering what I can do here, and if maybe I'm facing problems with both my neighbor and the city, or what I can do.
Well, that's sort of like saying that I really didn't do it. It was the guy next door, or you ought to catch the real killer. It was someone else. The reason why you're supposed to have a fence around your pool probably is so that kids won't come in and drown. That's the purpose of the fence. This kid could have slipped and fallen on the patio area out there where you're not required to have a fence. But the purpose behind the statutes, etc., are so kids don't drown. We read about it every day, and it's probably a necessary thing. There's probably a municipal code on it.
There is.
And there may be a state statute on it. I'd be more concerned immediately about my civil liability. And do you have homeowners insurance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, turn this in immediately to the homeowners. You've got a criminal citation, or...
Is that an order to comply? City of Los Angeles, building and safety, order to comply? Is that what it says at the top? Hello?
Sorry, say that one more time?
Yeah. Does the notice say, does the piece of paper that they gave you say, notice of order to comply, or order to comply?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And they want me to put a gate on it.
You've got to do that anyway. So do they? I think, if I remember correctly, the City of Los Angeles gives you like 15 days to comply, or they start getting really tough with you. I would put